Alright, this time we're going to briefly talk about energy. Now, we should already know that you get lots of different types of energy. But how many different types are there? Well, to remind us, we're going to use a special man, and his name is Mr. P. Shackle. You might have heard of him before a couple of years ago, maybe in your earlier years of secondary school, maybe even primary school. But Mr. P. Shackle, all the letters of his name stand for a different type of energy. So the P stands for potential energy, the S stands for sound energy, H stands for heat, A stands for atomic energy, we also call that nuclear energy as well, C stands for chemical energy, K stands for kinetic energy, kinetic is just another word for movement energy, L stands for light energy, and the E stands for electrical energy. So these are the 8 types that you might come across in daily life. Now, considering all these energies, you can't create them and you cannot destroy them. What happens is when you have one type of energy and it disappears as such, you're actually changing it into another type of energy, and it could be any one of these 8. It could be a combination of those 8. So you can change one type into maybe 2 different types. That doesn't say carrot, by the way, that says cannot. Now this whole kind of theory is known as the conservation of energy. Let's have a look at some other examples that we'll use within physics and calculations in physics. So the symbol for all of these energies is E, capital E. The units, joules. The symbol, just J for the units. So we can shorthand that to just J. So, the main energies that you may come across in certain calculations, there's 3 really that you need to consider. The first one is EP. Now that just stands for potential energy. Potential energy is like stored energy. So if something's raised up to a height, for example, then it's got stored potential energy. It has the potential to fall back down to the ground. The other one is EK, and that stands for kinetic energy. And again, kinetic energy just means movement energy. And then the third one is EW. Now this is the energy due to work being done on an object. So if you move an object by using a force and it covers a certain distance, then you've done work on that object. So you've obviously transferred some of your energy onto that object and made it move. Now, if you do work on an object, you're giving it kinetic energy. If you raise it up, you're going to give it potential energy. Work has been done on that object. And if the object is dropped back down to the ground, it converts itself into kinetic energy. Work has also been done on that object as well. Now it's important to note that all of these energies, including all the other energies in Mr. P. Shackle, are all measured in joules. And that is a little kind of summary on all the energy that you will come across in physics.